Hi there, it's Lone Wolf from Wolf Territories Grid, and today I'll be mostly telling you about how to do environment settings. This is just a picture of something that I've done, and I'm going to show you how you can create this sort of effect. You see the light coming through the clouds. There's nothing really complicated about it. You're going to need GIMP as well. So if you did my 3D textures tutorial, you could also go and get GIMP as well, because you're going to need it for this little thing. There's some more pictures just showing you some of the effects you can get just by doing some. Has nothing to do with it. Just by doing just by editing your environment. So here I am, and you can see I've actually got my environment set up, and you'll notice that the clouds look a bit different from normal. That's because I'm using my clouds, and I've basically got an environment set up. So what you do is if you're a region owner, you can do this. Some places you can do it over the different parcels. I think on Wolf Territories Grid you can. Alt R brings up this box, or you can go to World and region settings, region details. That's it, region details. Click on environment and then customize day cycle, and this is where you set up all this stuff. And there's loads of options you can fiddle with, and the more you fiddle with it, the more fun you'll have. But you can always reset it if you want to. So you've got sun, moon, so you can put suns out and moons. And what this does here, so if I move this little thing, you can see that the day changes very quickly, and it shows you there's each point, and each point is actually a place. So if I double click here, it makes a new one. So I could set up the blue density to be slightly brighter or darker if I wanted to, so I could have a bit of a storm. You can change all kinds of things like haze horizon, haze density, so you can make it a really grey day, or you can fiddle around with moisture, droplets, ice level, make it really icy, and it just applies it as you sort of go on. So maximum altitude, minimum altitude, distance multiplier, so you can see you can get some really crazy effects. Density multiplier, woo! Sorry, I shouldn't be wooing on videos, sorry about that. But you can get some really crazy effects. So I'm going to talk about clouds as well. Now I use my own custom cloud image, and I'll show you how I did that. And if I give you more cloud coverage, for instance, and scale, I can adjust how my clouds look for that time of the day, and then hit apply to region, and it applies to the region. Now the cool thing is you can actually see it's scrolling like crazy because we're changing the time. That's about the time. So the cool thing is that that change is just for that point in the day. Okay, so the cool thing is, though, you can change a lot of things and spend a lot of time doing it. So I'm going to take you through how to do clouds and sun and moon, and we'll have a little experiment. When you've finished, you can save it to your inventory. Go to here, go to save as, click save as, and then you put in this. So this is the file name, Lone Wolf. I don't know, just call it Lone Wolf. I'll call it Lone Wolf, why not? And then if you look in your inventory, you'll see that there's, under settings, in the settings folder, there's a thing called a Lone Wolf. And what that does is that means you can go to a region, pull this up and go use inventory, okay, and then set it to, in fact I'll put it back to the one I had it on, so we can set it to the one you've got. Okay, enough playing around here. Okay, so let's make some clouds. Now clouds are actually quite easy to do, and you can get all kinds of, this, for instance, was just something I got off the internet. So let's go to Pixabay, my good old source for Bay. You could use other tools, of course. You could use Kittle or Canva to get some clouds, but we're going to have to do some editing to make it work. So let's look for clouds. Clouds. Okay. And you can see there's some different options for clouds. I can't really use that. It's got Earth on it. This looks quite interesting. So let's grab this. Okay, now it looks like it's seen this already, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it first, because I've got to do some processing on it, and I'm just going to use 640 by 426. Don't want it too big. Download. There we go. Okay, and save, and you can actually send some money to people if you want to. So now I'm going to open GIMP, which is a graphics package. If you're using Photoshop, good. I don't use Photoshop because I'm on Linux. This is Linux Mint, in fact, if you're interested. So it's a bit different from Windows, and if you've got an old computer that isn't running very well, you might find that Linux Mint might be a good thing to put on it. But have a chat with me first if you want. just come over to the region and look for a lone wolf. And if I'm not asleep, I'll probably be online. So I'm just going to grab that image I just downloaded. Hopefully, if I can find it in my downloads. Of course, that's where I put it. What's that? 2022. Oh, here we go. Cloud Heaven. Right. So here's the image. Now I'm going to do a couple of things. First thing I need to do is to make it seamless. I never find this map. Okay, go to map and tile seamless. Okay. Now you see what that does. It looks a bit crazy, but what it does is it means whichever way OpenSim, or you could do this in Second Life as well. I think. I don't know. I'm only in OpenSim now. I've been in OpenSim for years. So that makes it like that. Now the second thing I need to do is make it grayscale. So again, image, mode, grayscale. Okay, that's done now. So I'm ready to now export my clouds out. So I'm just going to overwrite what's there because I don't need the original. And I'm going to export, and that's done. So I've made it grayscale and done that. So what I'm going to do now is, oh, Cheryl Fuse, thank you so much for favoriting my post at opensimsocial.com. That's our Mastodon site. So I'm going to go to, first I'm going to upload that file into my inventory. But you don't do it through there. You go through the build menu. Build, upload, image. If you're a Second Life user watching this, of course, you'll notice that all our uploads are free. There's my Heaven, and you can see it's grayscale. Hit upload, throws it into the thing, and Jimmy Olsen is busy messaging me. Hang on. I'm just making a video. Okay, so a lot more mega baggers. Go and have a look at his region. It's called Europa. There's 9 of them, and he's got these trains. I helped him with the script, of course. Not naming names or anything like that. Right, so there's my Heaven thing. Sorry, I have autism, so I'm talking really fast. I just realised that. So there's that image. Now let's go back to our environment again. And customize day cycle, and let's stick on clouds, and we're going to drag this from there. Oh, I'm going to drag it over. Oh, you can't drag it. Okay, so you're going to click on it. Can I click on it? Can I change it? I can change it. It's mine. Cloud image. Right, so we should be able to drag this over to there and drop it on there. For some reason, I can't. Let's just try with that one. No, I can't with that either. What's going on? It's because I haven't moved this. I have to move this to one of these points. That's why I couldn't change it. Okay, so now I can drag it to there and I can change it. Now you see that the clouds have changed, and it doesn't look like the picture really, does it? But you can actually make some. We can make some changes here. Cloud scale, for instance. Let's have it really. You can see it looks really interesting. You can make some really cool effects with this. So I'm just going to leave that one there. Now watch what happens when I drag and I move to here. You'll see it switches to my other clouds. And then it gradually changes over from one to the other. There's a sort of gradual move. So here, I could leave this here. Now again, so all you do is just change the clouds. Okay, so I'm going to apply to region. That changes. Now I can go back into that. Always do this. Save as. Okay. New clouds. Lone wolf. New clouds. Don't put lone wolf there, of course. That's probably not your name. That's my name. I'm a wolf, for goodness sake. Right, okay. So you can then change it. You can see by using different images, you can get different effects. You see how we've got this wispy cloud effect. So you can have quite a lot of fun with that. Now, what about the sun and moon? You can change those as well. And spend your whole life fiddling around with this instead of doing normal things like normal people. Right, so sun. Okay, but this time we don't actually have to change it. So let's look at Pixabay. Let's grab the sun. Sun transparent. I'll just put trans. I don't know how to spell transparent at this time of day. I've been working very hard. Okay, so there's nothing there. So yeah, but you can get a sun image. Obviously, you could fiddle around with it. But with the sun, it's slightly different because I should have prepared this earlier, like Blue Peter. But you can see you don't have to make it a black and white. It helps to be black and white, but you don't have to do it. And I have used colours ones in there. Let me see if I've got a sun here. Sim border. So many images I've uploaded for the rest of my life. Helps if I type SUN. There you go. So I've actually got one with transparent background, so you should have this like that. So you can see the background is transparent, and you can do that in GIMP quite easily. So if I just set that on there, and just let's have a little look around, we should be able to see that sun somewhere. Probably directly above us. Okay, probably can't see it then. Oh, because it's... Let's make it white. And I'm just going to change the elevation so we can see the thing. Okay, you can see it's gone crazy now. Woo, that's a bit bad. Okay, yeah. Okay, so glow focus is too much. So again, you can fiddle around with it anyway, and if I put it... I should be able to see it somewhere. It might be hidden behind the clouds, but you could spend hours and hours doing this instead of doing normal things that normal human beings do, can't you? I don't know which way I'm facing. Let's have a look and see which way I'm facing. I'm facing east, okay. So if I want to see it, I've got to put it over here. There it is. It's just there. So now I can mess around with it. Glow size, glow focus. It doesn't. I don't think it says actually got a transparent border. Sun. Let's try that one. That's a bit better, but you can see that it's quite yellow. It looks a bit silly. Star brightness is actually to do with stars at night, so okay, you can actually spend hours and hours doing this, obviously. Show beacon. Okay. And yeah, you can fiddle around with it so we can make it a lot darker. Obviously, that's the effect of the sun rather than the actual image. So yeah, you could go with that, and you'd same with the moon or whatever. So you can spend hours and hours messing around with this stuff instead of actually doing normal things that normal people do. But then anyone who's in OpenSim or Second Life, yeah, I don't want to keep that. Anyone that's open, and if you turn that on, parcel owners may overwrite. That means you can create a parcel and actually have your own... God, look at that, that's pretty cool. So you can create a parcel and have different environment settings per parcel. Okay, so that if you're a region owner and you parceled it off. So I'll just show you quickly Wolf Mountain. This is one that we created earlier. Teleporting slightly slow because I'm recording. For some reason it slows it down. Yeah, this is one I've made earlier, and you can see it's working quite well. This is Bobby, by the way, at our welcome. You can actually talk to him, so you can ask him things like, Bobby, what events are on? Okay, like that, and it'll tell you events. So you can ask him, Bobby, how do I make an omelette? Okay, he kind of knows everything. He's connected to ChatGPT. And if you don't know what that is, it's like AI. But see, now he's thinking because he has to think a lot about making an omelette. Come on, Bobby, sort it out. I shouldn't be showing this. I just wanted to talk about environment settings, but now I've ended up going down a rabbit hole. Still thinking. Obviously, yeah, there we go. Okay, so he's got a bit of a... So he actually... We have got an issue with the length of the messages, but there we are. That's how to make an omelette. So you can find all kinds of useless things out of Wolf Territories Grid. Do come along if you're interested as well in how I make these beautiful 3D textures. I want to show you some of those actually just quickly. There's another video on my YouTube channel which shows you how to do it in about 5 minutes. You can see I did the same effect on these sofas. This red leather effect is actually a gold texture coloured red. And the squall, I'll show you one of my favourites. Okay, that's actually in my... I've gone completely off the way, but I just thought I'd throw this stuff in. Again, sorry about the slow teleports. It's purely because I'm recording. I don't really know why it does that. Resing's still pretty fast. I mean, it's not as fast as it normally is. So this is like a 3D logo, and you can see how it reflects the graphics and actually looks 3D. It's not mesh. It's just a normal prim. If you want to find out how to do that, yeah, you can go ahead and go to my YouTube channel, which you can find from going to www.wolf-grid.com. If you'd like land at Wolf Territories Grid, we do some pretty inexpensive land. If I go to https wolfgrid.com. Sorry to just witter on. We have the biggest land space now in the world, according to Hypergrid Business. So this is wolfgrid.com. Ignore the adverts. So you can click to this link here. So to have a look at our shopping site, to look at the virtual land. So our packs are 4x4. We only do 4x4 regions. All our regions are joined together. There's a little video for you to watch to explains. It comes at £5 sterling. That's about $7. Right up to 1.2 million prims, which is £40 sterling, which is about $50 US dollars. I don't know. And we have this control panel where you can edit things, and I've gone completely off the way, completely out of the scope. I'm now looking at I don't know what I'm doing. I don't. So professional loan. Anyway, so do come over and see me. I'm normally floating around the grid somewhere, causing trouble if I'm not asleep. I pretty much am on it 8 to 9 hours a day. As I said, we're very proud and pleased that we have finally overtaken OS Grid. Sorry, Dan. In terms of land size, and we're close to actually overtaking. We will overtake. We've had 4,199 visitors in the last 30 days, and I'm hoping to make that 10,000 visitors one day in the future. If you will come over, here's another bit of texturing. So do come over and see us. You can see that's some more of my custom environments with little clouds. Do come over and see me. Thank you so much for supporting the grid. This is Lone Wolf signing off from Wolf Territories Grid. Cheers.